I'd like to thank everybody that's come here today, and I also want to thank WBBA and the whole team for organizing this event and including ShareVault in it. I'm going to make a few assumptions. I don't think they're bold assumptions, but we'll start by I'll start by assuming that everybody here is in an organization that has confidential documents of some kind. The second assumption I'll make is that at some point or another, or maybe on an ongoing basis, those highly sensitive documents get shared externally outside of the organization. And the third assumption I'm going to make is that nobody here, I'm sure, but people in the organization may be sharing those documents that are the very confidential documents with external parties. Maybe they're using email, Gmail, Outlook, some sort of an email system for sharing those documents. Or maybe they're using one of the cloud-based services that have become very popular, like Box and Dropbox. Maybe you're just using a simple system like OneDrive or Google Drive, just the cloud-based repositories. Some people may be in organizations that are larger organizations and they actually have Microsoft SharePoint, a very common document management system. There may be some people actually even using technologies that were developed a while ago called File Transfer Protocol, FTP in short. And there may be some people that are sharing documents externally, just putting it on a thumb drive or burning it to a CD or DVD. Again, I won't ask everybody here if they're using these mechanisms, because nobody usually wants to admit that. The problem that you have with these mechanisms is that you have a lack of security. Those are fairly well known. This is people in the back probably can't read it, but the title of this article is How Box.com Allowed a Complete Stranger to Delete All My Files. The same kind of thing can happen actually with Dropbox. But you don't have a lot of security in these kinds of systems, certainly not email. I think most people are pretty aware of that. You also have very limited control. I'll actually go further than that. I'll say you have no control over the documents. Once those documents have been delivered to the other party, the outside party, you've lost control over those documents. And that's true whether it's you shipped it via email or through a thumb drive, or File Transfer Protocol, or through Dropbox. You have no way of managing that document that, again, is a sensitive document. The third thing that you don't get with these other services is activity monitoring. So you don't know, in many cases, whether somebody's even opened the email and whether they've looked at your documents. Or if they do, if they have, you also don't know if they've given it to a friend or given it to somebody else. Or when they change jobs, where they take those documents with them. That's particularly an issue if you're involved in any regulatory or compliance environments. If HIPAA is something that you have to deal with and worry about, having an audit trail of activity is required as part of HIPAA compliance. And those other mechanisms don't enable that HIPAA compliance that you may be looking for. I didn't get to it, but the middle snapshot from an article is about, has to do with the lawsuit between Apple and Samsung. Apple was required to share some documents with 3 Samsung attorneys, and only 3 Samsung attorneys. And those were delivered to them via File Transfer Protocol. And every Samsung attorney got a copy of those documents. It was a major breach, and there's likely to be sanctions because of that. But that's the kind of lack of control that you have. So what is ShareVault? Many of you may not know our name or our brand. We also are another new member of WBBA and appreciate becoming part of the Business Solutions program. We are a cloud-based service with bank-grade security that allows you to control the documents that you're sharing externally and also monitor document activity. What do I mean by control? Control means you can block printing, copying, and saving of those documents. Or you can decide you want to allow somebody to save a document but still retract access to that document even after it's been downloaded. That's the level of control you get with ShareVault. You also get to monitor document activity, not just that somebody opened the document, but you can actually tell how much time has been spent viewing a document by each user, each viewer, and you can also know